Hello, YouTube. Yes, I know what you're thinking. I have been busy. Gacha Addict, why haven't you uploaded in over 10 or so days? I've been pretty busy with work. And on top of work, I'm also writing a book for myself on the side. So a lot of my free time is just sporadic, and it's going towards one thing and then the other thing. But I've not been too busy for Fire Emblem Heroes. On the contrary, I've actually been playing more Fae than I have in a couple of months. And this video idea has been in conception for me since the first reveal for the Wind Tribe banner. So, obviously, as you can see from the in-game content, we're going to be continuing the road to Arena 20. But I wanted to showcase off the two new characters that at the time of this recording I'd already got. That would be the new Claude, and later on in the video, the new Catria. I do want to say one thing before getting to the main topic of this video and a future video idea I have. The new Claude is absolutely insane. Now, post-recording, I'm making this after the release of Legendary Alencia. But IS, they're just releasing new units with the intent of hitting, and hitting hard, to the point where we can't tank anything anymore. And there's just so many different kinds of supports that we can run to really just take the best advantage of Claude. Like my team, I have Gatekeeper, Bravecorn, and Peony. That's some of the best support possible that I can run for this setup. And you'll see in the video it does wonders. So, the main idea of this video is, yes, it is a showcase of Wind Tribe Claude and Wind Tribe Catria. But I wanted to do something a little bit differently. Now you see most FaeTubers will break down the kits, dissect the skills, the potential builds and teams you can use for said units. Which is great, it's amazing. Don't get me wrong, I want to see what builds I can have if I have that skill to put on a unit that I don't have. But my idea here is a little bit different. So, to start it off, this is going to be the first entry in a new series of mine. It's still going to be included with Fae Talk, but it's also, ding ding ding, an art review for said unit that I summoned for and or showcasing. Okay. So, what do I consider to be a perfect score on my unit art review tier list? Let's break out the trusty notebook where I take my notes. Alright, for a unit to be a perfect 10, they have to be drawn by Hacken. Kidding. So, Soiree Nefany. The unit has to feel whimsical, like it's special and unique if compared to an alt of said character. The colors chosen have to really pop out and be vibrant to me. And let's say the unit is a dark and mysterious mage or some character like that. Then dark colors are fine. They don't have to pop out of the screen and be in your face. I think it's also fair that the weapons fit well, and the same thing with the character's anatomy. I don't want to see the little man thing that Reinhardt had. As funny as it is, it makes for a really weird art design. Or any characters with like awkward legs and or hips, like Summer Dorothea. And the final touch, this is my own little twist on it because I like to draw. If I can replicate it with a strong likelihood or likeness, I can't give that a 10. It has to be like a one-in-a-kind piece, selected and drawn to such a degree that it's unique. Okay, so let's get started with Wind Tribe Claude. Right away, to me, Claude's color scheme just stands out. Gold and purple, iconic colors. It always pulls your focus towards that object. It's also still unique for me to see Claude without a bow. Out of all the 5 Claudes that we currently have in Fae, only 2 of them wield a dagger. and both of them are different colors, Summer Claude being blue and Wind Claude being green. And to further on with Wind Claude being green, the green on Windtribe Claude's headband and his pinwheel also do good in unifying his color for his weapon. To me, this Claude certainly stands out compared to his predecessors. While keeping the green and gold sachet around his waist, just like Summer Claude in Legendary Claude, he manages to separate himself with that little red rope, that iconic, it's like a bead from samurais. That's how I like to put it in my own headcanon. But that little red rope that's right over his sachet gives him a very magical adventure feel. It's almost whimsical-like. And the pinwheel also looks really great. Plus, he has a busted weapon, so that's a big plus. Now, as you can see based off the layout on the top left, I did draw Windtribe Claude. Now, I don't feel like I was exactly able to replicate just the whimsical, magical adventure feeling as well as the original Windtribe Claude as I would have liked to. That being my final grade for this Claude, a 10 out of 10. I love his design and his art. The pinwheel, I don't know why I love the pinwheel so much, but the pinwheel being a dagger is great. The special art is incredible, everything ties together really well, and like I said before, it doesn't hurt that he has an amazing kit and he's probably, if not the most oppressive unit in the game on the offensive side. Now let's shift the focus from Windtribe Claude to Windtribe Catria. She is going to be the focus of the latter half of my Road to Arena 20 video that you're currently watching. And now Catria, I don't know if you guys knew, because previously I mentioned my favorite unit is Ophelia, but she's one of my favorite units, not the favorite, but one of my favorites in the whole entire franchise. So much so that it was that Windtribe Catria right there that inspired the premise behind this video. And just to prove how much I do like Catria, unrelated, but I do have a plus 10 base Catria in the other 4 built. I have the Easter Catria, the Catria from Shadows of Valentia, and the harmonized bridal version with Thea, as well as this new Windtribe Catria that you're currently watching the video, built in a majority of with some heavy investment. So I'm just gonna outright come and say it. I love Windtribe Catria's design. She looks right out of some Warring States period in like Edo, Japan, or some ancient setting, and I'm obsessed with it. Another thing that I am obsessed with for this Catria is that she's ranged. There's only been one ranged Catria previously, and that would be the one with Hugin's Egg all the way from the Easter celebration all those years ago when the game was still new. Yes, they both share a type, and they're both blue ranged units, but this is the first Catria with a bow, meaning this is the first Catria with a bow in her art, so lots of new possibilities for things there. I will also say that the Easter Catria is probably my second favorite design, so to top that Catria, which I do believe this one does, speaks volumes. So moving back to her actual design, Catria is continuing the pinwheel effect that Windtribe Claude brought into the game. I think her bow looks really coolly designed, it's very sleek and fierce, and her color scheme also suits her very well. So Catria has blue eyes, blue hair, and blue leggings, and as well as some blue robes and garb going on there. And in contrast, a color that works really well with her sky bluish teal vibe is orange. She has the orange bow, and then ropes fit in very well. And similar to Claude, that little orange like beady rope slash bow that she has, it just gives me such like that whimsical, magical adventure feeling from some warring states period in Japan. It's a really nice touch that previously Catrias or even units in the game kind of don't have. So I'm just gonna come out and say it. I know I've probably said it numerous times throughout this video. This is definitely my favorite Catria art that we have. Probably going in order from least favorite to favorite. Shadows of Valentia, the bridal one, base Catria, Easter Catria, and now this new one, the Wind Tribe Catria. This Catria in specific just seems so very unique compared to her predecessors, but still enough like the actual Catria that I can tell it's still the same character, not a different one. Final grade, 10 out of 10. I tried my best to replicate her art, and while I think it looks really good, I don't think that my renderation quite captures Wind Tribe Catria correctly. Oh, so I'm just going to come out and say her weapon's amazing in my Catria. Different build, of course, than yours might be. Can pull plus 30 to like her attack, speed, and numerous stats, so I think that's great. Overall, I think this is a really solid banner, hero-wise and art-wise. Now, there are two other units that were on the banner, and while I didn't draw Kagero, I did pull her. This was post-recording, so I don't have any gameplay footage, but I can rate her art while we're on the subject. And to me, I think her art isn't one of my favorites in the game. I kind of prefer the OG version and even the Resplendent on that, but I'll still give it an 8 out of 10. I think Orochi being there with her kind of pulls some focus away from Kagero and brings up the art a little bit. There's some features on certain characters that I'm not too crazy about seeing. Overall, I feel like this banner brought a lot to the game. An amazing 4-star flyer in Catria, an absolute menace in Claude with 80% damage reduction, instant lethality, and Kagero, as well as Rinka. I think the game just keeps getting better in art and unit design. Let me know if you guys would like to see this style of content moving forward. I can continue with the series of Fate Talk as well as art design. And I was thinking that every time there's a new unit reveal, give or take, it'll probably take me a few days, but we can do a discussion as well as a unit review, like their kit, their weapons, potential builds, and then their art. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.